Hello guys. So it's around almost before 6 a.m. in the morning here in the north of Sweden, and I got to catch a little bit of it. It was more red. Uh, excuse me. I woke up like early, and I was like, I went out and I saw this, and I was like, oh, I want to have this on video. It's really beautiful. I want to make a book review, and this sunset is worthy, or the book is that good that it's worthy of this amazing sunset. It was better when it started. But anyway, the book is The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, and I want to make a review here, not just being so much of a yes man, and I can start off by saying that this is probably maybe the best book I've ever read in my entire life. Top 3. So I'll start by saying that before I become critical or so. What I will say about this book is that it's incredible. Michael Singer talks about this kind of letting go technique. If we compare to David Hawkins, it's more kind of in your everyday life. I love in a way more how Michael Singer explains it, because he really explains almost like the foundation why we feel like we feel, how it becomes this way. But anyway, what I kind of wanted to say here is what Michael Singer talks about in this book, I only really feel is applicable and is actually possible to do, to really be in a state where something happens to you, you get angry, you feel these emotions coming up, and you can fully just not engage in them and let them pass through. Example, your girlfriend gets mad at you and you just stay present, and you feel like that sensation, that temptation to get pissed back, and you just allow it to just flow through your heart and just pass right through you. What Michael, I think, I don't know if this is him personally, but a normal person reading that will be like, yeah, that sounds amazing, maybe not so practical. I have around, I think, 170 days in a row now of meditation, and I really feel this is really possible, but it's possible from a place where I feel you do about at least around over an hour of meditation a day. Okay, so I recommend to people, you should probably do, I feel at least do 20 minutes of meditation, but these YouTube videos that talk about 20 minutes of meditation, that is not gonna, in the long run, yes, it will change your life a lot, but to really change your life quite fast, and really be able to apply this, what he talks here, I feel that you should do around 40 minutes. I think it's a perfect time, because that is when you start to really, I feel usually when you do about 20 minutes of meditation, you kind of set the groundwork, and then if you do 20 more, that is when you have calmed down and is able to actually start letting some real stuff go. So I feel 40 minutes of meditation twice a day, in the morning and when you go to bed. And I feel almost the best time to do meditation, I've done it in the evenings, but I think it's in the mornings, because that is when you kind of set yourself up for a high awareness state, if you want to say so. But anyways, about this book, man, fantastic. I've said it before, but last year, up to 2022, 2021 was the toughest year of my life, and it really made me, maybe one day I'll go into detail about it, it's that crazy, but it made me really apply this stuff for real. And what is really interesting is, I would never been, if I say it like this, what he talks about here and what he promises, yeah, it's true. I'm not enlightened or anything, but the flow, like I do around between 20 minutes but up to like 4 hours of meditation a day, with a very long streak now. I think it's 170 days, maybe 180. That flow you feel, that presence, that how would you say, what it talks about when something negative comes up in you, the worse the better. That thing, when you pass that, when you let that pass through you, what's on the other side is, there's nothing as sweet as that in life. I haven't found it. It doesn't come, nothing close to money, anything. So it's kind of crazy. I've read these books which are like highly evolved, and I can barely read what I used to read, or barely watch YouTube videos of like kind of some business advice that is really like ego driven. I have a hard time with that, because that like present state, that like what Michael Singer talks about you striving for here, it's not like a hippie thing. It's literally like the way you enjoy your life the absolute most. Okay. This is gonna sound funny here, but when this kind of scandal here happened to me, I basically said that when I'm out of this, when everything's fine, in springtime, I'll be turning 28. I'll actually make a tattoo of this horse or this unicorn or like this scenery, I think, on my arm, because it meant so much to me. And that is incredible. So Michael basically, if I do a little bit of here, basically says that when something bad comes up in you, you let it flow through you, and it will exit. And at the end of that, you'll one day start to feel that flow coming in you, like that presence. It's basically like a download from heaven or whatever, or from the earth, or whatever you want to, or from God. Okay, you'll feel that presence, and that at the end of that is God, and that is so sweet. I'll give one example, because I was meditating, going back to the letting go technique as well. I was meditating for hours a few months ago, when I was in the middle of this life crisis, and I think I was at my third or fourth hour, and I had really let go of the thing from the day, the thing from the week, the thing from recently, and I had all the deep stuff left, like my childhood stuff, and this big fear and sadness that was over me, the life crisis again. And I could feel this. It was a tremendous, strong emotion, fear and sadness, and I could feel it like in my body. And because I was at like third or fourth hour of meditation here, third going to fourth hour, I could feel, when I just focused on that, I focused on it a while. It took like maybe 20 minutes or something, just like pure focus on that emotion, on that feeling. And I could feel it ultimately slipping away like dust, It didn't completely slip away. It was like 85% gone, like. And when I stood up, when I was back from that, I was not the same guy. Which is fucking crazy. It was literally like, it literally changed me as a being. I had another thing that happened with my ex-girlfriend, and I was so like sad. But thanks to this book, I started like immediately. What it talks about is, the faster you can, like when you feel that first time you feel that bad emotion, you let that go immediately. And I did that. And what was so crazy is that I really let that, like when it happened in the moment, I was just like, now Jonas, let's practice this. And because I was like, I don't want this to, build up, how traumas build up. You will have to experience it one way or another. So let it just pass through me. Like completely. I even triggered myself. I'd be like, yeah, what about this? I kind of try to, fuck with myself in a way. Excuse me, the language, but I try to really get this like the motion to go from a 7 to a 10 to a 7 to a 10, from a 7 to a 10, and I just like let that happen for a few days. And now when I think back about it, I'm like, it's so crazy. It's like that thing is a thing that would affect you so much, and I if I try to feel bad about it, I literally can't because it's gone. So this is incredible. I wanted to make this, kind of short review. What he talks about here, the end thing, kind of the end goal of that presence, that download from, God, universe, whatever. When you really taste the kind of fruit of that stuff, and it's usually at the darkest place in your life, when you really turn to this type of stuff, that's when you really do evolve. You won't want to have anything else. And I look back at previous like YouTube videos of mine or something, and I'm like, who the hell was that guy? And I have so much to thank. I have so much to thank for the bad things that happened to me. I have so much to thank for this book. And yeah, thank you guys for 100 subscribers, by the way. I really appreciate it so much. And please just tell me what a video to make. I would love to have some ideas. So I really like to make a video, even if it's just like one comment from a guy who's like, can you make a video about this? I will do it to 90% chance. Okay, so have an amazing day. Peace out. Awesome.